I, Reigen Arataka, shall accept this job!
Hey everyone! Have you ever thought that your favorite anime character might have a lot to teach you about avoiding online scams? Well, today we're diving into this amazing universe where Mob Psycho 100, Great Pretender, and Death Note meet the dangers of the digital world. Get ready for a journey full of twists and turns, where reality sometimes surpasses fiction. Welcome to the channel Anime Complex. Subscribe and leave a like to support a humble content creator. This idea came to me after reading about a recent cryptocurrency scam that would impress even our favorite anime anti-heroes. In January 2024, the U.S. Secret Service uncovered a $73 million cryptocurrency fraud scheme that targeted thousands of victims worldwide. This made me wonder, how do the scams in our favorite animes compare to these real-life frauds? And more importantly, what can we learn from both to protect ourselves? Let's uncover how the masters of deception in anime compare to real-world scammers, discover shocking statistics about cybercrimes, and best of all, you'll learn how to avoid being scammed and protect yourself using the wisdom of anime con artists. Let's dive in. The world of scams. Anime versus reality before we dive into our beloved anime fraudsters. Let's take a look at some real-world numbers that would make even Light Yagami think twice before picking up his pen and notebook. In 2023, the FBI reported that cybercrimes caused losses of over $10.3 billion. That's more money than the GDP of some countries. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission revealed that people lost $8.8 billion to fraud in 2023 alone. It's like every resident of New York losing $1,000. And here's a bombshell. 40% of adults worldwide experienced some form of cybercrime last year. That's almost half of the adult population, folks. But why do so many people fall for these scams? Well, our anime friends have some answers for us. The psychology of scams, lessons from anime first. Let's talk about emotional manipulation. Remember Reigen from Mob Psycho 100? That guy is a master at playing with people's emotions. Reigen uses table salt to exorcise spirits, and people believe him. Why? Because he plays on their emotions. Fear, hope, despair. In the real world, scammers do the same thing. A study by Norton showed that when we're stressed or tired, we're 33% more likely to fall for scams. It's like our inner mob loses control, you know? Now let's talk about authority. In Death Note, everyone trusts Light because he's the son of a police officer and a brilliant student. But we know that behind that good guy facade, exactly in the digital world, it's no different. A 2023 study by Stanford University showed that people tend to trust messages that appear to come from authoritative sources. That's why there are so many fake emails from banks or government agencies out there. Scams really are a headache, aren't they? But there are anime characters who give their loved ones a lot of headaches too, like Izuku Midoriya and Edward Elric. And someone else who's having problems is Saitama from One Punch Man in the battle Saitama vs. Boros. For the man who has no challenges, check it out here on the channel. Speaking of challenges, we can't forget the urgency that Makoto and his team in Great Pretender are masters at creating situations where the target needs to act quickly without thinking straight. This tactic is the bread and butter of digital scammers. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, warns that pressure to act immediately is one of the biggest red flags for online fraud. Remember, if someone is pressuring you to do something now, it's probably because they don't want you to have time to think. The masters of deception. Deep dive now that we understand the basic tactics. Let's dive deep into our beloved anime masters of deception and see how they compare to real-world scammers. Reigen Arataka, Mob Psycho 100, Reigen. The self-proclaimed greatest psychic of the 21st century. His special techniques are basically massages with fancy names, but his real power lies in his charisma. In the real world, Reigen would be that guy selling miracle cures on the internet. Did you know that in 2023, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, issued warnings about over 400 fraudulent health products and services? It's an epidemic of Reigens out there. But what can we learn from Reigen? Well, just like Mob eventually learns to question his master, we should always verify the credentials of anyone offering services online, especially when it comes to health. Makoto Edamura and team, Great Pretender. Now let's talk about the Great Pretender crew. These guys have taken the art of the scam to a new level. Remember the Singapore Skyark? They created a fake drug operation so convincing that even we, the viewers, almost believed it. This is eerily similar to pump and dump schemes in the cryptocurrency market. In 2023, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, reported that these schemes cost investors over $4 billion. It's like Laurent decided to pull off a big scam in the real world. The lesson here? Channel your inner early series Makoto. Be skeptical, question everything, especially when something seems too good to be true. Light Yagami, Death Note. And finally, we have the darling of manipulators, Light Yagami. This guy uses his intelligence and good guy appearance to deceive even the best detectives in the world. In today's digital world, Light would be a master of social engineering and deepfakes. Speaking of which, did you know that in 2023, the FBI reported that scams using deepfakes and video calls resulted in $850 million in losses for companies? It's chilling. What can we learn from Elle in the fight against digital Light Yagamis? Always double-check the identity of anyone asking for sensitive information. Not everyone with a pretty face on a video call is who they claim to be. Modern scams and how to avoid them. Now that we know our masters of deception, let's see how their tactics apply to the most common internet scams and, of course, how we can protect ourselves. Phishing. The digital Reigen trick. Phishing is like Reigen creating thousands of fake emails pretending to be your bank. It looks legitimate at first glance, but to protect yourself, carefully check email addresses, hover over links before clicking use anti-phishing software. Doing the basics is what most people fail to do. And remember, your bank will never ask for your password via email. Romance scams. Laurent's dark side. Imagine if Laurent from Great Pretender decided to use his charms to run online romance scams. Scary, right? To stay safe, be wary of online relationships that progress too quickly. Never ever send money to someone you haven't met in person. Use reverse image search to verify profile photos. Remember, true love doesn't ask for your credit card number. It already uses your card, and you find out when the bill arrives. Investment fraud. The Death Note scheme. If Light Yagami decided to manipulate the financial market instead of being Kira, he would probably create the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. To protect yourself, research thoroughly before investing. Be suspicious of unsolicited offers or promises of astronomical returns. Consult a licensed financial advisor, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and it will make you cry out of anger or sadness. What if anime scammers invaded our digital world? Now, let's use our imagination and think. What if our beloved anime scammers decided to bring their talents to today's digital world? Reigen's psychic streaming service. Imagine Reigen creating an online exorcism streaming service. He would use deepfakes to create evidence of his psychic abilities and offer virtual spiritual cleansing sessions. Better not even think about it. It would be nothing but trouble. This isn't far from reality. In 2023, the FDA issued warnings about over 400 fraudulent health products and services. The lesson? Always verify the credentials of online health services and consult licensed professionals. Don't let a digital Reigen drain your life, energy, or your money. The crypto empire of Laurent Thierry. What if Laurent launched his own cryptocurrency? Let's call it Pretender Coin. He would use his network to create hype on social media, promising astronomical returns. This perfectly reflects cryptocurrency pump and dump schemes. In 2023, The SEC reported a 70% increase in cryptocurrency-related fraud. The lesson? Research thoroughly before investing in any cryptocurrency and be wary of promises of quick and high returns. Don't let Laurent hack your wallet. Light Yagami's deepfake detective agency. Imagine Light creating an online detective agency that uses AI and deepfakes to solve crimes. In reality, he would be collecting personal data and manipulating digital evidence. This is similar to sophisticated phishing scams that use AI. In 2024, the Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, reported a 135% increase in social engineering scams using AI. The lesson? Always verify the authenticity of online services, especially those asking for personal information or access to your devices. Don't let Light hack your life. Your turn to be Lauer. Favorite anime scammers could operate in the digital world, but there are also real-world experts who can help you avoid scams. Brian Krebs, renowned cybersecurity journalist and author of Krebs on Security. Norton Security provides comprehensive guides on how to avoid online scams and protect your devices. Federal Trade Commission, FTC, offers advice on how to recognize and avoid phishing scams. And in the comments, create your own scenario. Choose an anime character and imagine how they could adapt their scams to the online world. What would be the real-world parallel, and what security lesson can we learn from it? Hey everyone, in anime and in life, your best defense against scams is knowledge and a bit of skepticism. And not being gullible, I mean staying alert. After all, not everyone on the internet is as trustworthy as Mob or as honest as well. Maybe we don't have many examples of honesty in the animes we saw today, right? If this video helped you improve your scam detection skills, don't forget to give it a like. Share it with your friends who need some digital self-defense lessons, and subscribe to the channel for more life lessons inspired by anime. So, what was your favorite part? Leave it in the comments. See you next time.